What they have seen today being done by our young people, being delivered, shows that the future is here. I've also heard them saying that this is a very well-kept secret. And Your Excellency, you have been engaging with these young people as you've engaged with many, many others in the country, but it is not always reported, it is not always shown. And so I'm thankful to you that today you have opened for us as a country to be able to see the work that is being done under your leadership. I've also had another group discussing how today is almost similar to if you go back to history. We were colonized because we did not have gunpowder. We did not have the ability to protect ourselves. But what we are seeing today is that the new gunpowder is actually information. It is the data, it is the technologies that are now being developed here in the country. And we're being able to see the many, many changes that we're putting into the country that are transforming the country. Your Excellency, Kenya is in a place as the Silicon Savannah where technology is now part of everyday life. And this is a promise that you made to the country when you took power. When you took government, you said that we are going to have a digital country and a digital government. And Your Excellency, today, you have been able to demonstrate that the belief you have in our young people, the belief that you have in their capability to be able to take on great projects in this country, projects of national security, whether it is cyber security, whether it's the airborne surveys that are being done, the topographical maps, all the many things that are going on in this country. You have trusted Kenyans, and you've trusted our young people to be able to showcase their abilities, and they have not let us down. Your Excellency, I want to just congratulate them that so far they have been able to do amazing work. And the cabinet today unanimously has endorsed the work that they are doing and has created that confidence. And sir, this is a promise kept. You promised a digital Kenya. You promised a digital government, and you promised that we will move forward as a country. And sir, this is very clearly happening. Sir, it's not only happening here. We have even the world recognizing how well that we're doing. And allow me just to give some examples that are not present here of what the youth and Kenyans are doing, just to show how far we're going. Apple Music has decided to set up in Africa. And they have hired their head of Apple Store, Nathan Muema, to actually run that program. He's just recently been hired. Netflix have already taken about 3 films and are taking more. And those are Kenyan local films that have been made that are actually also being shown to the rest of the world. This is products of the creativity. And sir, you said that we need to put our effort and ensure that the music and creative sector is well taken care of and that people are rewarded for the work that they do. I am happy to report, sir, that as of the end of last month, we had paid through the CMOs and Skiza to the musicians 1.42 billion shillings. The musicians have received that money. And sir, it's only because of the delays of COVID and the issues that came up. But now with the opening up of bars, discos, restaurants, where music now can be played, we expect to see this number to increase and to grow. We have been training young people also on digital skills. And so far, Your Excellency, we have over 700,000 young people working online, and we have reached over 5.5 million that really are showing that Kenya is ahead and that we're developing and that we're growing as a country. Let me also say, sir, with the support that you've given us, we now have over 353 Ajira youth empowerment centers, where youth are working. And if you go even to Mbere South or to Mukurweini, you will find youth that are earning more than 100,000 shillings a month from just going online and working online. So many great things are going on in the country as far as the digital technologies are concerned, and really as far as observing our youth and the skills that they have. Let me give one last example, sir. At Dedan Kimathi University, we have a young Kenyan who came from Othaya, went to the US for over 28 years, and is back and has set up a semiconductor factory. As we stand here this month, he will be supplying the United States of America with semiconductor material manufactured in Kenya from Dedan Kimathi University. The next order he's giving is of Japan. Your Excellency, as far as technology and data is concerned, we are not going to be colonized. We are going to be leading, and we thank you that you have really supported us to make sure that our best is shown. And it is clear from the young people that are here, who are over 800, that, sir, you have continued to support them, and they are not letting you down. Let me summarize what we have seen today. Today, we have been able to take many large projects that Kenya has been engaging, that have usually been given to international players. But those, as you have seen today, are being done here locally. Whether it is the mapping, for the first time, we have our own maps, not the colonial maps that were being used before. From 1960 to 1972, those are the only maps we have. But now, with this young team, we have maps for every part of the country, every county. We even have locations of buildings and a national addressing system. I can list the very many things that are ongoing that they have developed. But these are going to transform our country. The revenue management systems, which are government-owned, we're not even paying any third party for these systems, that they get a percentage for every transaction. These are all being done and owned by Kenya. And we're very proud, sir, that you've supported the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. And it is clear that even on the technology side, this is where we are. So by building this, one, we've created cost savings. We've created independence for us as a country. We've also ensured that our data and information is not available to the rest of the world. And we are creating our own knowledge. The drones that we have seen that we're creating that are flying, those are all Kenyan. And most of all, we are creating jobs. Many jobs, as you have told us. So with those few remarks, sir, allow me to invite His Excellency the Deputy President to come and make his remarks, and then invite you. Thank you very much, sir. God bless.
Thank you very much, Joe. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Cabinet Secretaries present, officers of government present, our heroes this afternoon, the young men and women who have run this program, good afternoon. Your Excellency, I think Joe Musheru has actually summarized the most important points about this program. But allow me, sir, to say just two things. Listening and watching and seeing the many programs and projects these young people have taken on demonstrates and confirms to us the huge reservoir and wealth of talent, expertise, and knowledge in our human capital. It confirms our belief that the single most important resource that we have as a nation is our human capital. And the training, the mentorship, and the availing of opportunity is key to ensuring that this tremendous potential is turned into reality. The second issue, Your Excellency, again, looking at the architecture of this team, the multidisciplinary architecture, the multi-agency approach, bringing people from different fields in our security sector, in the private sector, engineers, and all other disciplines to be able to take on these huge national tasks has demonstrated that with synergy, with the tearing down of silos, no task is too difficult for us to undertake as a country. Finally, Your Excellency, the strategic leadership you have provided, together with the heads of the various agencies, is the catalyst that has actually made and unlocked this tremendous potential that exists in our young men and women. And we must be grateful that under your leadership, these young men and women have gotten the opportunity to be able to showcase and to harness and to display their talents, their skills, and their expertise. Your Excellency, going forward with this kind of approach, it is indeed possible for us to take on the huge challenge that we have of unemployment in our nation by ensuring that we tap into every skill and every talent and every effort that can be tapped so that we can drive our country to prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not in my place to say so much. It's now my duty to request His Excellency the President to come and make his remarks, because this is his project. Your Excellency, sir.
Asante sana. Asanteni sana. Please be seated. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon again. Asanteni sana. Let me begin first and foremost by saying what a great pleasure it is for me to be able to engage once again with you and to be able to participate alongside you as you showcase the incredible work that you have been undertaking for the last few years. To give this event some context, as C.S. Mushero mentioned, we promised that during our time we would do everything we could to ensure that we maximize the digital opportunities that this country has, and that by digitizing our economy, our society, our government, we would not only be able to create jobs, but also create a much more open, transparent, system and ultimately a much more efficient way of delivering services to our people. And I want to say that I am confident that the kind of work that is currently ongoing, by this time next year, when all our geospatial maps are done, when we have finished with the work of mapping the underground resources that Kenya has, when we continue to roll out the various digital platforms, some of which you have seen today, Kenya will never be the same again. And indeed, Kenya will be clearly set on a path of true transformation. And transformation not imported, but built, developed by our very, very own Kenyans. And this is something I am truly, truly proud of. One might wonder, why did I decide that I wanted this event? I had personally preferred to wait until next year. But after watching and listening to certain individuals speaking out of total ignorance, and I'm sorry to say that must also include some members of the Fourth Estate, and to hear them talk about, Germans coming to do Huduma number, I don't know which contracts being signed for I don't know how many billions. So I decided it's important I bring you so that you can meet the Germans. These are the Germans that so you can meet them in person and ask them all the questions that you have. Because it is these brilliant young men and women who, just with a little bit of financial support and using their ingenuity, have helped us to develop a platform that allowed us to do our census and deliver the results of a census in record time, until we have countries from all over Africa, including Europe, wanting to know, how did you manage to develop that system? These are the Germans that did that work. When we had work done to develop Huduma number and create a platform where we could completely digitize service provision to Kenyans, these are the people who have done that work. When it comes to mapping for the first time in our region the resources that exist in our country, having come into government and been told that that project was to be done by a foreign company from a foreign country which I shall not name, and we were being requested at that time to sign contracts of 30 billion shillings to do that work, with no guarantee that the information would purely be Kenyan, or whether that information would also rest in the hands of foreigners. And we tasked these great people, and for less than 10% of what we were supposed to pay foreigners, we are almost through with the mapping of our country and with the information that is going to be held in our country by Kenyans and not being shared to us by others when they think This is when they need to know this, this is when they need to know that. We will know from water to gold to iron ore. We will know what our ground holds. And this is what will give us the opportunity to be able to develop that in the best interest of 50 million Kenyans. Kazi hiyo imefanywa na hawa wenzetu hapa. When it comes to payment systems that will be built on the back of the geospatial work that is being done for the first time since 1972, it will be on the back of the work done by these people that will not only improve and enhance revenue collection, but also improve and enhance our ability to deliver services, not to an area, but door to door, because of the work that we have done. When it comes to e-commerce and our ability now to become an e-commerce nation, it will be because of the work these gentlemen and ladies have done. When it comes to our country being number one on the African continent, and I believe we shall be so next year in ease of doing business, it is because of the hard work of these people. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's best kept secret and Kenya's best kept asset is sitting in this room right here. Na hii ni kionjo kwa sababu wengine hawa, some of the ideas that they are coming up with are not just for the security sector. Some of the platforms, ideas, and programs they're coming up with are also going to have commercial value. And we shall support them to develop their companies to become world-class companies, developing their applications, their platforms for use not by Kenyans and Africans, but by the rest of the world. So the new Steve Jobs will be coming from this country. The new Bill Gates will be coming from this country. And this is what we desire. And there is not a community in Kenya that is outside of these people. These young fellows here come from every single corner of this republic. But their greatest asset is something else also. Their ability to respect each other's talents and not question each other's ethnicity. They respect each other's talents and they work together as one team, one great Kenyan team. Hongera kwenyu nyote. I met a few of them. I must tell this story. When I first tasked some of our security fellows in this multi-agency fora to put together and to see how we could work together to build this. And when I first visited them in another place, not here, somewhere else, and we walked into a room, wote wakasimama na wakauka kama askari. Nikawauliza, kwani hii nyumba mmejaza askari jameni? Sasa nani analinda Kenya kama nyinyi nyote mko hapa? Kaniambia hapana, lakini hawa wameingia environment yetu, lazima watatii, watakuwa na heshima na watakuwa na discipline ya askari, hata kama ni raia lakini watakaa kama askari. And true to that word, I think you can see the level of discipline and focus that these young people have. Not just love for their country and patriotism, but the level of discipline, the level of focus that they have. It is the job at hand, and it has to be done, and it must be done. Like I said, hii ni kionjo. Na kwenye nyinyi nyote ambao mko hapa, from our government, senior government officials who are here, as we agreed when we had cabinet this morning before we came to do the tour, it is our responsibility to first look inward. That anything that we need to do, let us first look within our borders and develop that capacity from within, not always to look out there and see which contract am I going to give to China, to America, to UK, for some company to come and do and take their expertise away. Let us use these young people. Let us keep that resource here. Let us develop their talent. Let us develop their businesses. They are the ones who will create jobs for their fellow Kenyans. Tuende na tuhakikishe ya kwamba each one of us looks within their respective agency, their respective ministry, and see how you can take advantage of this talent that we have here, and let us retain this wealth in Kenya. Let us retain these jobs here in Kenya. Hiyo ni moja. Na ya pili, kwa wenzetu, najua mnapenda siasa sana. Hata labda wengine mlikuwa mnafikiri tumekuja kwa sababu nimewaita kwa sababu ya siasa. Kama ningewaambia nimewaita kwa sababu ya kazi kama hii, labda hata hamngekuja. Hata nyinyi. Let us love our country also. Let us be patriotic. Let us build our country. Promote these young people. Not kila siku ni kukimbia pahali kuna press conference kwa mtu ambaye anaongea mambo hata yeye mwenyewe haelewi. Njoni muulize hawa. Promote them, promote their businesses, help them great jobs. Give them work yourselves and see what a great country and what great potential we have. Kwa hivyo, mimi na encourage nyote, aswa nyinyi vijana muendelee hivyo. As always, I will, whenever I have time, come and join you in your various camps, in your various workplaces across the country, to encourage you and to support you. Already today we have talked here with Mativo. And by the way, Mativo is also a Kenyan. He's not a foreigner. All right? Nasikia sasa mnasema huo ni mtu ya security. Sasa ako na ubongo, hata kama ni wa security, tusitumie ubongo wake, tuachane naye jamani ati kwa sababu mtu ya security. Let us think, my friends. Here we have people from NIS, we have people from the army, we have people from mining brought to us here by Munyes. We have people from the Ministry of Lands. We have people from Meteorological Department. We have people from all different government agencies. But most importantly, we have young people who have come out of our universities and various other institutions. And all they have done is shed the barriers and come to work together as one team for the interest of this republic. Let us be able to look at what potential exists. Look at what we have managed to achieve through collaboration of the military, the NYS, in terms of helping our national rail system get back on its feet. Look what they have done by working with NYS and our army engineers to get Kisumu Port going. We're just using our assets. We're just using our talents, regardless of where they come from, regardless of what department they're in. We're using the best that our country has in order to give our people the best. And we shall continue to do that, and I hope we will do that with your gracious support. So for all who are here, take time, learn, ask whatever questions you have. Kilaguni ni hapa tu, hakuna shida. Naweza mulale hapa, ama hawa vijana mkiwaomba sawa utaona wengine watasema mkubwa lala hapa, mimi nitakaa pale msituni, because they have that respect. Kuna mtu anawafukuza. But most importantly, ask them questions. Ask them, how did you start? Ask them, how did you manage to achieve this? And then tell the real story. Not the story of rumamongerers who have no business and have no idea and just reside there on social media, yeah, calling press conference, wacha niwaambie. Hawa ndio wenye kujua. Waulizeni yale maswali mko naye. Vijana, Mungu awabariki, Mungu awalinde, tutaendelea kuonana. Asanteni sana. God bless you all.
Your Excellency, I request that we remain standing for the national anthem. We had organized to play the 3 stanzas, but because of time, we are only going to play one. And we are all encouraged to sing along. Please, the national anthem.